So wanted to shoot a quick video on some things that are coming across my horizon. Coming fresh off of first round of training. Some of it not training, some of it very much so. But factoring in that later on today I will be doing a Zoom that will last 3 to 5 hours. It's going to cost every ounce of energy that I have in it, because that's how we roll in those visits. So have to plan accordingly and pivot when necessary and when I decide. But I just had a test of sorts, just under a month out of the accident, healing as progressing, making changes in life, reading body the entire time, should come out, plan to come out, will come out healed to another level greater than what we were before we even took the trip, because that is the design, that is the body, and that is how I live, obeying, honoring these rules and laws that we all have access to, with my body as the leading force in this whole thing. But I was here doing some training, true training, not just movements, and Rogue Wave came in, took my coffee mug and the lid. I saw it, snatched the coffee mug, lid's going out with the tide. So I'm trying to, whatever I've got left in the tank, run after it. And as is the beautiful Pacific and the West Coast, underneath, inches of water, within feet of water, is a huge bed of coral. Now luckily here it's kind of rounded and covered in soft green moss, and it's not so ragged, jagged, and razor-like. But I dropped into a pit probably 8 inches down, folded, fell, scraped my legs, cut my feet, went back after the lid. I mean, it was literally like Charlie Chaplin or the Stooges chasing after their derby hats, kicking them as they're bending over to get it, continually going out. So that was a test of sorts. I know where I scored. I know how I feel during that score, and I have work to do. But what I wanted to touch upon 2 minutes in, and we haven't gotten into the topic at hand, but something that's coming across my horizons in Zoom visits, in just observations in life, in conversations, in reading captions. It's the use of things that are essential to life as symptom-reducing agents. And I've done a video on this, but it begs to bring it forward because it's a very slippery slope and it needs to be made aware as a teaching moment. But you guys know, or at least I think you know, having been exposed to my page, maybe Dr. Cassie's page, if you guys are listening and reading and digging and experimenting on your own, the body only heals and adapts. There's no exceptions to that. That means every process, every response it has, anything from a spine curve to a collapsed arch to a wart to a temperature shift to a skin color change to a thought to a feeling to any response is a healing and adaptation response and is not to be fixed. Because if we go in and fix it, that means we got rid of it without making the changes in the life that the body wanted us to make in the first place. So now here we go. No treatments, no forms of medicine with the name, no tricks, no gadgets, no hacks, no supplements, herbs to reduce, no medications. This is what, if you choose those to reduce any kind of sensation that the body has given you to as a response to your life and how you're living, you are getting in the way. Well, now what we have is this other kind of audible that people are calling, and it's dangerous, where we are using things like the basic essentials, some of the essentials to life, like movement, light, and nourishment. Just use those because those are easy. And everybody's kind of bastardizing and perverting those in the freedom health world, but that's another conversation. But here's what we got. My knees chronically hurt unless I do a lunge or unless I do leg curls or something like that. Okay? And every time you don't do a lunge or you don't do leg curls, your knees come back and hurt and hurt and hurt and swell and swell and swell. Okay, so that's an example. Another one, I get headaches unless I do your neck move, spinal hygiene. So your headache is always there unless you're doing this. Okay. I'm always down unless I'm in the sun. or I don't sleep unless I get sunlight, okay? Or I eat foods that I crave. They also just happen to be these foods and drinks that are on these Facebook groups for these different ailments that are specific to reducing the symptom in our gut and in our joints and in everything else. But I eat them because I crave them. So here we go. By themselves, certain foods, motion, light, seem to be healthy choices, seem to be essentials in life. Nourishment is an essential, motion is an essential, light is an essential, sunlight is an essential to human. But what we've done now is we've taken this popular, coined kind of philosophy that everyone's kind of jumping on, and now we use it as symptom-reducing, treatment-fixing agents to get in the way of the sensations that the body is giving us to make the changes greater than just doing leg curls or doing spinal hygiene or drinking this thing or eating this food or just sitting in the sunlight. And that's what we've got now, is parceling out, putting together these essentials to life, these basic essentials that nobody can argue are here and they're absolutely necessary, but we throw them in only as a means to feel better, only as a means to cancel out an emotion, or only as a means to reduce swelling or get rid of pain. And that's a slippery, tricky slope that's just as dangerous in the long run as using a supplement, herb, or medication. Movement and medication are the same. When you are talking about getting in the way of the body's natural processes to trigger you, get you, alert you to work hard, get uncomfortable, Cassie's post on discomfort, brilliant, and to be consistent with your application to these, your discovery of these, your version of these. You're the artist in your healing. Yes, it is absolutely just as dangerous. In the immediate, maybe not so much, but when we're looking at the entirety of it, it's the same thing. So something to think about. If you are utilizing natural, healthy essentials to life to reduce a response that your body is trying to get you, I promise you, for the most part, solutions in what we've got going on with our bodies, it's rarely those three. It's rarely the easy stuff. It's simple, but it's rarely the easy stuff. It's rarely that I just need to eat certain foods, or I just need to move a little more, or I just need to get in the light. That's the low-hanging fruit. That's the shit that should be there no matter what. It's the stuff you don't write down on paperwork. It's the stuff nobody is mentioning in captions or comments. It's the stuff nobody's talking about except you. And as I said, a husband or wife could be telling somebody something, but the person's body knows why they're doing it. The person's body knows. And as I keep saying, the body will tell the truth about what you're doing. That's why we have the appearance of this healthy life, but the body's like, yo, I'm here trying to tell you there's more, and you can't fake it out. You can't lie. That's just the beautiful part of it, man. It's so clear and so 100% for you, behind you all the time. It's the only thing that is honest at all times. It's like the absolute purity of human is the body. It is everything that we are with body. So, something to think about. A lot going on in this video. Enjoy. I gotta go get ready for a Zoom. More training for myself.